Good morning to a special Saturday live edition of the Evolve Network. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Part two of
Figure-
Tuesday's debacle.
What the hell is everybody doing on the beginning of the new year on the weekend? Probably nothing.
I'm watching soccer.
Which shit? Oh, okay. So now, see, So today we wanted to get into some stuff that we started getting into last week or a couple days ago, which was music. Okay.
Music.
Yeah, shit that I used to like when I was younger that you don't hear anymore, and some bands that are coming back and crap like that. But
Right.
I will have you know, even though I played soccer and hockey or football and hockey and all that shit, my two best sports were hockey and soccer. I played soccer at a high level. Even like when I was in high school, some of the kids in town that you even knew that were like on like varsity team as freshmen and this, that, and the other. I played the town travel league with them, so I came from a different town. I came from Whitman, right? And we were really good. We went to state championships, and I was the center halfback. I was the captain. So I came to Weymouth. My parents got divorced, and I started playing town a little bit. And of course, you can imagine I was the new kid on town. I mean, we just discussed Brian's football quarterback situation, right? I was getting the But the problem was some of the kids on the Weymouth town knew I was really fucking good. And they told the coach, like, hey. So they had like one or two players that were good, and they were like, I don't want the kid of the team. And it was like 4 or 5 of like, let this kid fucking play. And they let me play in Weymouth. And then we went to, I think we lost the states, but like we went all the way there. And they were hounding me, dude. Like, we want you to play on the high school team, play on the high school team. Because remember, our first year in Weymouth, when I was in 8th grade, the schools were separated.
Right.
You know, I'm sorry, 9th grade. My bad. 9th grade. The schools were separated.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Remember, we went to 9th grade, then it was 10, 11, 12. So before we did the switch, it was like I was starting to make friends that weren't the right friends. I was playing football a little bit, and the soccer kids were like, dude, like, fucking come on. And I didn't end up playing because there was 1 or 2 kids on the team I wanted to beat the shit out of. One of them had since passed away, and what little did I know that individual ended up becoming a very close family friend of my wife, like her family.
Oops.
Obviously, had no idea.
It happens.
I remain friends with some of those guys, but like I do wish I went back and played soccer. So I love soccer. I still watch European soccer, but I have a gripe, Brian. Okay, because my gripe is, as awesome as soccer is, and it is a tough sport, I cannot stand European soccer and the flopping. It makes me want to drive through the screen. And anyone that plays U.S. soccer has the same problem. And Europe goes, U.S. soccer, so we don't sit there and play Cinderella the fucking ballerina when you sit there. And I'm sorry how many videos I can see where a guy flops and the other guy's like 2 feet away, and they don't think the camera angle is going to catch it. It's like, stop.
Right.
Who's that big Brazilian? Not big, but he's a big name Brazilian soccer player.
Ronaldinho, Ronaldo.
Nope.
I know nothing of soccer.
Neymar. You got
Neymar. That dude is the big. I don't care how good he is. That dude flops like he's the like. He went to the same school as whoever the Montreal Canadiens hired for straight flopping. I went and watched an exhibition game with the U.S. versus Brazil, I want to say about 5 years ago at Gillette. And let me tell you, so outside of the soccer part, like, I'm a season ticket holder of the Revolution, but like we tailgate and stuff, but it's just like, you know, your typical tailgate. You just set up the grill, you hang out, whatever. The Brazilians know how to fucking tailgate. I thought I was going through like 7 rave parties. They got these fucking speakers. I'm walking up the same. All you hear, like these motherfuckers are dancing and shit. But anyways, so the game starts, right? Neymar's coming off the bench, which is a big disservice because it's an exhibition game, and you know he's top 5 in the world, and people want to watch him. But he's coming off the bench. He came in the second half, and you know, first half ends. U.S. is losing 1-0, right?
Right.
Fucking Neymar comes in. Not even 2 minutes into the fucking second half. This dude takes a fucking flop in the penalty area, to get a penalty kick. And it was so egregious and so like obvious. And the American Outlaws, which is like the big supporter group for the U.S. National team, were going fucking crazy. This guy, like, there was like 2 feet between him and the American defender, and he just falls. He got touched in the arm, and he falls right in the penalty area. And immediate ref put the arm up and pointed to the fucking spot, and they went fucking crazy. But Neymar is probably the biggest fucking flopper of anybody.
Well, dude, they have a problem with FIFA. FIFA is one of the most corrupt like organizations. I mean, they've had to kick their fucking, I don't know if it's their president or chancellor, whatever the hell they call it. They've had to get rid of that guy for like the dozen. Yeah, because they were also going to give the Olympic, or it was either the Olympic or the World Cup, right? They were going to have it in Qatar, right? And then they started watching they literally had slaves getting transported from like Sudan or Brazil or all these. They had like, if you want to make a lot of money and building this XYZ, they have them in shitty living conditions. They can't leave. People are dying. And they realized that it was just a money grab. So they were like, stop, Qatar, you're not getting this. And the president, you're starting to, because they have a problem with refs. They have a problem with people up. The whole fucking organization is a joke. It's made people not want to make soccer when you see that type of flopping. It's disgusting. They need to change some rules. Just like hockey, you should get an embellishment penalty. Clean the fucking game up, And I love soccer.
I think that's why Barcelona FC does not have Qatar on their jersey anymore, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think it's for that reason.
There was a 30 for 30 article, or one of those 60 Minutes ESPN. If you could Google it and go check it out, it was like mind blowing. I was like, holy, like people actually getting murdered in those camps to work. It's crazy.
See, I'm not a big fan of European soccer either, except for the Premier League. I do watch a lot of the Premier League. Like right now, I'm watching Crystal Palace and Sheffield United, which I don't know a single person in either one of these fucking teams. My team's Man City, so I watch them, and I'm bummed that they're not. I thought they were on this morning, but apparently they're not. So, my friend Ben, one of my gentlemen many years ago, he lives in New Jersey right now. He's a great guy. He works for the YMCA. He's an executive for them. We created a program. He ended up getting on the YMCA, like National Veterans Military Committee Board, whatever. I didn't know he was a personal trainer of my mom. So like, we got this workout group going in the gym, discounts for veterans, great, it's all cool. And we start talking, and kid played pro soccer. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. He started showing me pictures, and he had a pro soccer contract when he was 19 in London. And I'm like, yep.
What are you fucking doing here, dude? he was making like thousands of dollars a week. You know what I mean? He's got a sports podcast, so I should have him on sometime. He's a great guy, but he ended up getting injured and stuff like that. And he's got some really cool stories about how pro soccer works over there in X, Y, and Z. And I believe he played for, it was either Man City or Man United.
Well, hopefully it was Man City, because fuck Man U.
No, he was on their feeder team right below that. Like he was getting ready to go, and then an injury happened, and it was like boom. And he was like, "That's how competitive those leagues are. If you get hurt, like dude, see you later." Like,
the best women's soccer player in the world, also a Hanson resident. Go Hanson. Sam Ewis is on Man City.
No bias at all, none whatsoever.
None. Other than the fact that she's from the town that I currently live in.
Yeah.
But so I wanted to bring this up. I wanted to let you know, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever decided to pick up a paintball gun, right? You are automatically on a team. You already have a team without even knowing it. So there's a big paintball team. They're not out of anywhere, but they have like 850 strong members on the team. It's called Veteran Militia. All you had to do, like if you served in the military, you're automatically a part of that team.
Oh,
it is a I got to play with them once.
You know what's good, Brian? Is I'm that type of person. Phil knows what I do. For me, for the veteran stuff, like work never stops. So, like, I actually will. I'm looking for a pen. I actually will do that. And I'm that type of person. It will turn into not just like, hey, let me come play. Hey, how can I bring some guys to you that you guys want to support and need, that like more bodies to get to you, like, and just do. That's what I do. I love doing shit like that.
I don't know the actual the name of the guy who owns it, but I'm sure you could just look them up on Facebook and send them a message. But they're fucking.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for us. Most veterans groups like that, you could just reach out to them and be like, yeah, man, fucking come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they're awesome.
Now, I have a quick question for you guys. Your younger selves as children, you know, we're doing a Saturday show today. As a child, what were you doing today? What was your schedule for today? You know,
how old am I?
Yeah, let's say like 10 years old. 10 years old.
Probably at a hockey game.
Yeah, 10:35. My dad would either be taking me right now. My parents would probably be split up right now, taking us to two different sporting events. My dad was my brother's coach, which means a lot of my games my mom was at, right? Because I played town hockey. My dad coached town hockey in the same town. He was only a year older than me. Some of the games were the same arenas. Right. And I was playing travel hockey. So I was probably going to anywhere from, you know, depending on the pandemic, not changing sports schedules around, I was probably playing at least 2 sports games, town, travel, football, baseball, hockey, soccer. Like I did all of it. That's why I had so many injuries. But I was a really active kid on Saturday mornings. My dad he had us in shit all the time, and I didn't have time to go dick around.
I was going to say, you didn't have time for the Saturday morning cartoons or anything like that? I
did, Phil. But when you post the Saturday morning cartoons, I'm like, I like them.
Yeah.
I can't.
But if I want to research, if I want to research on Netflix, I'm like, I don't get that out of here. Like, you know what? TV is so upgraded now. It's like,
but I have
to say, the same reason why I hate westerns. I'm like,
but like for me, it's not really the cartoons. I love the old commercials.
Yeah, the commercials are good.
I love the old commercials that they throw in, and I don't know if it's like nostalgia or what, but man, it brings me back when I see that stuff, and it's all lined up for you, and you don't have to, it's right there.
I like looking at the old commercials because it gets me excited. What bullshit toys don't exist anymore that they used to sell to us? So we used to be like, "Oh my god!"
Like we had the best.
Stretch Armstrong.
We had the best.
That was a great toy.
That was awesome.
We had
if you have a stretch, I don't know if they still make those.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I don't think the stuff inside the Stretch Armstrongs was very legal.
All right, man.
I mean, I know growing up we broke one open, and that stuff inside of it was no joke. It was pretty nasty.
That was my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, we broke one open. Like we stretched it. It was there for a long time. It was been used, and you said, fuck it, let's cut it open, see what's inside of it. And it was like this gelatin jelly stuff that.
They probably don't make it anymore because NASA was like, we need to plug up fucking spaceships with this when the aliens are shooting the shit when we're shooting up that nobody knows about. So Stretch Armstrong taking one for the team for NASA.
Shit, what was that other toy? What was it? The WWF Slam Buddies. They were like little fucking and they're the Macho Man and the Hulk Hogan.
I had the Ultimate Warrior. Yep, no, I had that. That was a go back to toy.
My mom hated it. Like she thought it was such a good idea until I actually got it, and she had the only queen size bed in the whole house. So that was my wrestling ring, and I would fuck that thing up.
What was your go-to cereal as a kid? Saturday morning.
Oh man, peanut butter crunch, man.
Peanut butter crunch, really?
Peanut butter crunch or the original Count Chocula, not the new shit that they have now, but the original, like the chocolatey fucking Count Chocolate, the good marshmallows.
Yeah.
Or Crunch Berries.
Let me tell you, today's cereal sucks. If you want yesterday's cereal, buy Walmart brand. It's yesterday's cereal, just with a
Frosted Flakes with the fucking octopus toy that you stick on the fridge and it keeps stretching.
Yeah.
It's all about the toy. Who gives a shit about the cereal.
Listen, the octopus and the bacon soda submarine. Those were the two best that you could get in the box.
Bacon soda submarine.
Yeah,
I wasn't that invested to get my toys in the tub, my friend. If I could throw it and it stuck, I was good.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it was the yellow submarine.
Hell yeah!
Bacon soda. It made it sink and go underwater. It was very inventive for a cereal toy.
My friend Joe just sent me a picture yesterday. So I had a meeting yesterday with a bunch of my friends. We have a whole bunch of shit going on this year, programs and X, Y, and Z. And my friend Heather brings me over a patch for my bag. You know what I mean? She's like,
yeah,
happy birthday. I didn't get to see you. You know what I mean? Happy birthday. I'm like, all right, go. Merry Christmas, whatever. And she gets me, of course, a patch. It's, marine, and it's got a marine with teeth, and it's all different colors, and it's like, a marine MRE meal ready to eat with glue and crayons. And then my friend Joe sends me a picture of cereal, and he's like, I think he's messing with me. And then I see the little actual yellow $3.99 sticker in the aisle, and they actually now make Crayola cereal. So he sends me a picture. Yeah, what was the common joke? Marine said, "Oh, what do you guys eat?"
Crayons, yeah.
He's like, "Oh, they make Jazzberry, fucking cereal." I'm like, "Did you get it?" I would have at least tried it.
So I got a little video segues. Now, speaking as being a kid, how far can you remember to your parents lying to you? So you'd either take a medicine or use hydrogen peroxide or anything like that. Because I remember, my parents told me, "Oh, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to sting." Maybe I was
I don't think back then we knew that it was lying.
Yeah.
I gotta say, what was that pink medicine? The bubble gum. No, it was like the bubble gum, amoxicillin or something like that.
Amoxicillin, yeah. So here's
my mom would give, she's like, "You want some juice? You want a shot of juice?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, I want some of that shit." To the point where I almost drank the whole bottle one day because it was so good.
Yeah, they make it good for a reason.
I was fucked. My mom came home and I was fucked up, so fucked up. She was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like.
So I found a dramatic reenactment of using hydrogen peroxide on TikTok as a child.
Mother, I have fallen off my scooter and require assistance.
Timmy, look at your knee. You're bleeding.
The pavement was the victim. I am the victor.
That's a pretty bad boo-boo. Just wait right here. Let me get something, okay?
Bandage me in silk and I shall ride again.
Okay, we have to clean it first.
What's that?
It's hydrogen peroxide.
Oh.
It'll disinfect it.
Does it hurt?
No, it won't hurt.
Promise? Promise.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe just a little bit. It's kind of cold. I'm sorry, sweetie. I had to do this.
The hornets of Hades have descended upon me.
I had to, Timmy.
I have smelted iron with the Titan's touch and forged swords with Chimera's flame.
Oh, God.
But never felt the basilisk sting like this.
It stings a little bit, but it's not that bad.
Lay 2 tokens on my eyes for the ferryman.
Timmy.
I'm fading to Elysium. I see Bartholomew.
Just had to bring the hamster up.
He looks beautiful.
Timmy, you're being a little dramatic.
I am the drama.
Do you want SpongeBob Band-Aid or a Marble Avengers Band-Aid?
SpongeBob Band-Aid, please.
I still, to this day, no joke, I got a face rash when I was younger. I was riding my bike. I lost all the skin on my face, all of it. It was bad. And they put hydrogen peroxide. I had a horrible reaction to it. I still, this day, the only thing they put down, which doesn't make any sense because I could probably drink this stuff by the fucking gallon right now. They're like, he's allergic to hydrogen peroxide because I freaked out when I was a kid. But I think it was because I had gravel in my face.
Right. Yeah. I've been down that road. I was almost in a garbage truck flipping over my handlebars, and I went sliding down the hill. My face, my legs. My buddy's sister bandaged me up, and I walked home up the street like a mummy. But I remember I had the gravel all in my knee and stuff. My mom got the hydrogen peroxide. I think really the first time I really remember it hurting. And I think it's because the gravel ship. I was like, "Oh my god, never again." But
my dad to this day still says that I should have broken my neck because I had a similar incident. I was in my friend Jason's yard. He had just a small hill. It was slight, and my front wheels. I was riding my bike, dude.
Yeah,
it tumbled over. He said my body didn't move. It stayed straight. Tumbled over. boom, hand stay to the handlebar, my fucking head, doot, wink, and I got off the bike and fell, and he was like, I'm like, I felt like I just spun in the air. He's like, your head, your neck, and he was like, get off the bike. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Bro, that shit, like, so just like you guys, I was a big BMX guy, so I would hit the plywood on the fucking brick jump.
The brick ramp,
all the time. And I remember one time I got a really bad road rash right here. And my mom cleaned it with hydrogen peroxide, right? Oh my God. It fucking hurt so bad. Like, I was in pain. I was probably in pain for about 3 seconds, but I made it feel like it was 30 minutes because I was crying like a little bitch for about 30 minutes.
Well, part of your problem is none of us made that fucking ramp correctly. I mean, there was like
not one of them.
You know?
No one made the ramp correctly. But like a year later, right? I went down to a dirt track and I over jumped a jump. So I didn't land on the landing ramp. I fucking fell and I had this big fucking gash on my calf. So I went to Tedeschi's at the time and I bought an Ace bandage. I wrapped the shit out of it. I'm like, I'm not putting that shit on my leg ever again. That sucked. I ended up having to go to the hospital like fucking 3 days later.
Oh no!
The bandage was stuck to my leg.
That's gross.
No, it was stuck to my leg.
No.
My mom flipped the fuck out because she was like, "Why wouldn't you just come home and I would have wrapped it properly?" I was like, because I didn't want any of that fucking shit that makes my leg bubble fucking in the brown bottle.
Do you remember where the old bike barn is in Whitman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the old one, not the one on Route 18.
Yeah, no, the old one, yep.
Yeah, near the leather factory that's still there, whatever. That's where, when I was a kid, I grew up in Whitman. Anybody who lives in Whitman, worst town ever, go fuck yourself. It's the worst town ever. Yeah, fuck Whitman. Fucking worst fucking school system ever. Anyways,
I don't care.
They had not far from there, a couple years after, they had right by the waterway there. That's where they put their skate parks. Huge ramp, all this stuff. Right. I remember going down there for my first failed attempt at going off a real ramp. It ended horribly. It ended before I even fucking got there. It was so bad. They used to have this huge 4x4 steel tube, heavy duty swing gate just to get in there. They would shut it down in hours because kids started partying there on the ramp. Blah, blah, blah. Me and my brother are like racing across the street. You had to get across the street. That's where the gate was. Middle of the day. It's usually wide open. I'm not paying attention. We're racing. Woo! Pedaling as fast as I can. I'm paying attention. I cross the street to the cars. I'm like, woof, woof. I hear him say something. I turn around. Ding. 5 feet from that fucking steel tube, dude. I was probably 11, 12 years old. Woo. Perfect height. Boom. It was the first time when I was younger. That fucking hurt. The first time when I was younger, I remember I could not catch my breath. It felt like for a minute and a half. And it was the first time I was a kid, I was like scared. I couldn't breathe. And my chest had compressed so hard. And my brother's laughing. He just, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, I remember being on the ground and feeling that in your head because there's no oxygen. And I'm like, oh, like that was what intense pain was introduced to me at 12 years old.
Oh, jeez.
And then I went onto the ramp stupidly after I almost fucking felt like I died there. And then I go on the ramp and I hold on, right? I go up the ramp. It's not like it broke in my street many times before. It's solid and I'm pedaling. Oh, shit. Now I'm in there. I didn't have no adjustment for the, you know.
Right.
Please off the bed. Fuck out. Bang. I'm like, I'm done with the park today. That's it. I'm leaving.
The kids today, they don't do half the stupid shit we did, like the forts, the games, building go. Like we built go-karts on anything we could find to race them down a hill where traffic was, and we didn't care. We just
got
wanted.
two problems. You get two problems. You get the one kid that always took it too far, and you get that one parent that wants to make a small thing, a mountain out of a molehill for fucking safety, this and this and that, and then here we are. Kids don't get to experience things that we did. However, some of the things they don't get to experience are probably good, like we discussed weeks ago, like eating fucking pounds of wax candy because it looks like it's a red high C juice fucking drink. I don't think eating pounds of wax is necessarily small things, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I do think kids should, have a couple things. Like I think recess should be a little bit longer, extends the round. It extends the round that you'll have with your bully.
It's not even 15 minutes long, recess.
Kids don't go out anymore. They like these.
Oh, I just got World War III again with my kids yesterday. I was like, that's it. Just get out of the house today. That's it. I'm done. Like, knock it off. Time limit. You're yelling about video games. Like, it's not real life.
Yeah. Now, listen, at what age did your parents leave you home for the first time by yourself?
Brian, I'll let you answer this one first because mine's a bit of a fucking extended response.
So I'm the oldest of 4.
Yeah.
And my mom and dad, they were never good with money, right? So, for the first couple of years when we moved to Plymouth, we had a babysitter. They get like $100 a week or whatever, and then
it was bank back then.
And that, especially for like a 14-year-old, 13-year-old kid, $100 a week, Jesus. But I'm gonna say 10 years old. I was 10 years old when I would get home. I'd get home from school. I'd do the dishes, or my sister would do the dishes, and then it was just me, my sister, my other brother. I mean, my youngest was too young to be home with us because he was like a baby. So, I'm gonna say about 10 years old.
Wow, that's pretty young.
96, I think. Yeah, 96, 97, around that time.
Yeah, see, I'm the oldest of 4 as well. So, but I think I was like around 15 or so. They let me be in charge of them, and they went out.
Now, Phil, how old are you?
I'm 40.
Yeah, Brian?
34.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I was like, there was just a little bit. I was like, wait a second, not yet. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm just a little bit older. Me, I was, this says, we're going to get into the Bruins and Chara, Rob, because I want to talk about that.
Rob just said, "Go Habs." We got a problem with that.
Yeah,
one.
he's
that's why I just said we'll get into. Yeah, we'll get
Flop City.
As a kid, I was left home when I was young, probably a little bit younger than 10. So I had a brother that was 3 years, 8 months older, and my parents. I was probably 12, 13 when they got divorced, so whatever. Anyways, they used to leave us home, and that was my first introduction to, I had a really bad fucking childhood. I didn't really know a lot of it, when I was younger. I thought it was normal. My mom had a lock on the fridge when she'd leave the house, and my brother had a car. He would be left alone. So, like, I was younger. She kind of dangled the license in the car because her and my dad were fighting over us. So, like, here you can go out with your friends. We live here, you know what I mean, that type of deal. And I was left home. So, my mom and I didn't see eye to eye. So before they got divorced, when the bad shit was happening, what I can assess now is they'd go out a lot for dinner. So they would leave us home alone. And I was getting my fucking ass kicked. We had an island in the kitchen, and yeah, dude, like knives were out. Like my brother used to make me put hockey equipment on. We'd be in the living room, and he would move the dining room furniture so that he could open the front door to the front door of the house so he could get maximum travel distance. He would have me line up in front of the couch with my helmet, shoulder pads on, and fucking run and start. I never got the chance for the run and start. Whatever. He'd be on the island beating the shit out of me. One time my parents came home and they were horrified. I think it was their first, like, hey, we're going to maybe we shouldn't leave them home alone. And they walked into the island, and my face is all red. I think I was like fucking crying. I just get my ass kicked. And my brother's on the ground. They open the door. It's like 12:30 at night, and I got a fucking kitchen knife in my hand, and I'm crying. And they're like, you know what I mean? Like that's just the tip. That was like my childhood. I was left home at a young age. the wrong reason, like young.
Right.
You know, my brother had me drinking alcohol because he had parties when I was 13 years old. You know, like stupid shit.
I remember one of the first times I was left alone with my younger brother Chris. We was fine in the beginning. We'd always like to play floor hockey and stuff. Sometimes those matches would get heated.
I always hear Chris is the better Juma.
I beg to differ. I've only witnessed about 5 minutes of stuff on camera, and I wanted to jump through and choke him, throw him down the stairs. I'm pretty sure there's stairs in the camera I'm looking at, Phil, because there's a door, and I wanted to jump through and throw him down the stairs.
So we were messing around, playing or whatever, and he got mad at me. And at the time, there was a vinyl record collection upstairs, and he went to grab one of the records. He got pissed at me. He threw the fucking thing like a frisbee, like trying to decapitate me. I ducked out of the way, and a vinyl record went right through the window.
Nice.
He broke the window.
That's it. Okay, I know. So, right. All of us played knee hockey. We all played. Oh no, I know you don't. We all played knee hockey, right?
Knee hockey. Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time.
Okay, so my brother and I obviously played knee hockey. Yeah, we melted. So we were a little crazy. We melted the sticks on the oven and curved them, and we did all that and heated it and shit. We had bay windows in a house. Yeah, you know where I'm going. So you'd think like one or two were bad. Now it got to. We had glass in the garage. We knocked out most of them. My dad had knocked them all out with a hammer and replaced some wood. He was like, "This is stupid." 9 bay windows. The worst one was one time, mostly knee hockey. This girl in my neighborhood was right by the dining room table, and she was at the fucking. We're waiting for the bus. I didn't go out yet. She's mocking me. She's like, I had a baseball man. I'm like, shoom, 6:30 in the morning, right through both bay windows in the fucking winter, and I'm like, and the bus is coming. I'm like, I'm in trouble. Shit, gotta get on the bus. Get on the bus. Yep. Come home. It's one of those days, and I'm like, I'm already getting my ass kicked by my brother all the time. He doesn't know yet, and I'm like, we sit down for dinner. My dad's in a bad mood, works for the sea. I know how that fucking goes. It's winter, it's cold. He's working as a mechanic out in the fucking elements all day. That's what I did. Holy shit, he's miserable. And we're just sitting there, and he's busting our balls because we're not eating our dinner. I'm not eating because I'm fucking horrified. I'm about to shit my pants. And I see the look on his face because I can feel it starting to get cold. There's a draft. And he just... And I'm like, fuck, here it comes. And I'm like, I'm getting my ass kicked all the time. I don't fucking care this time. My dad goes, who the fuck broke the window? I'm like, not me. And my brother's horrified. This is the one time I ever screwed him over, and he deserves like a fucking shitload more of these, like in fiery hell. Right. Like, it was the one I just flat out lied. I was like, not me, not me, not me. I started crying. I put on a fucking act. He got his ass kicked, and I was like, yes. Well, the reason why that's important is Brian's probably laughing too, because bay windows at that time are probably like fucking $400 a whack in 1991 or whatever the hell it was. And my dad was not making that much money, dude.
I went through a golf stint, right? Like, so I lived in a neighborhood, and we all had our little like cliques. So we went through this golf phase. And everybody grabbed their father's golf clubs, right? So I would hit golf balls in my front yard with drivers. I still don't understand how the hell I survived my childhood, but so I'm hitting these. So there's a big hill across the street from my house, big fucking hill, and my house is about 200 feet off the fucking road. So I have a good range here. The only thing is right in front of my house is a big gully with like where woods are. So there's this big wooden fucking fence, not like a picket fence. Like I'm talking a 2x6 fucking piece of wood to say, hey, don't drive over this. You're gonna fucking fuck yourself up.
Right.
So my dad at the time worked nights, right? So during the day he'd be up sleeping, and so one day I'm like, I want to go out and hit some golf balls. I brought out like 15 golf balls because I'd always go across the street, pick them up, and redo it. It's like fucking 10 minutes into doing this, I fucking hit the golf ball. Boom. Bounces off that fucking fence, and I just watch it come up, hit my father's fucking bedroom window, and I'm like, oh shit. Fuck. Now, my father grew up in Southie, right, in the 60s, so he is fucking leather belt. Like,
he's a pleasant individual.
Yeah, like, he's fucking leather belt. He'd whoop my, like, I can't tell you how many times I got my ass whooped by him.
Yeah, I live in that same club.
Like, I'm talking a pillow over the chest and fucking right into the chest. Like, got my ass whooped, right? I'm like, oh, shit. So I stood there for 5 minutes. Like, I don't think I woke him up. I think we're good. Let's keep, and I'm fucking intelligent, right? So I'm like, let's keep doing this. The very next ball, boom, clunk, up. It didn't just go through the window. I had the fucking the luck of the century where it went through the window. My dad sleeps on his back with no blankets. Ding. Right in the fucking nuts.
No.
That's $1 million shot, dude. That's $1 million shot.
I woke my dad up by hitting him in the nuts with a golf ball while I'm outside.
I'm not gonna lie. I can tell you if that happened to me, and if I didn't have my medication, I'd probably be hot. But even there's a small part of me that would be like,
impressed.
If I calm down, I'd be like, "Good shot, son. We're going for ice cream today."
This is how fucked my dad was, right? So he got up, and it was just me at home. He I heard him yell, and I'm like, I'm gonna go hide. So, me being fucking 10 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna hide underneath the car. That's fucking intelligent.
It's gonna work.
Yeah, he saw it because I was wearing. So my goal for my entire life, and you can't tell right now because I'm wearing a black sweatshirt, is to be the brightest motherfucker alive. I have like a bright orange sweatshirt. I got a like neon green sweatshirt. It's like
right.
So
So bright it has an electric bill.
Pretty much. So at the time, I'm wearing like this fucking like fucking baby blue and green fucking sweatshirt, and I'm under the car. This motherfucker grabs me by my foot like something out of a cartoon and just whoosh, pulls me out, and he beats the shit out of me. And he looks up and goes, "Who the fuck is gonna pay for that shit?" Blah, blah, blah. Like, he beats the shit out of me. Not even 10 hours. I'm not even gonna say 10. Like, not even 6 hours later, right? We're sitting down at the dinner table. And my dad looks at my mom and goes, "Honey, I got to tell you the story." She's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "I want to tell you how good my son is at golf. He got a hole-in-one today." She's like, he didn't go golf. And he goes, "No. Before you get upset, before you get pissed," because my mom was worse than my dad. I'm to this day, I'm still fucking petrified of my mom. I love her to death, but I'm fucking petrified of her. He was like, "Yes, Brian."
You got eggshells in your house?
He goes, "Yes, the 2 windows in the bedroom are broken. Just letting you know that. One of them is only the storm window, so that's okay. He's gonna work it off. You don't worry about that." I'm like, "Oh Jesus!" I'm just sitting there like I don't like broccoli, and I'm eating broccoli. Like, I'm just
don't ask for the salt. Don't ask for the
salt. You can already see her face getting red. She's getting pissed, and she's like, So Brian hit a golf ball through the bedroom window today, and it landed by hitting me right in the nuts."
Please tell me she started laughing.
My mom's face went from beet red to... She was like, "Oh, looks like I got a night off." And at the time, I didn't know what the fuck she meant by that. But now I'm like... I completely cock-blocked my father that night.
That is awesome, dude. That's awesome.
So I got an even bigger ass whipping after that.
But you know what though? That's something like, I don't know if your father is still here with us today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's something you need to. Oh, dude, that's something like you and Dad can fucking. My dad and I laugh about some of the dumbest shit. He's like he'd be like, "How did you guys break 3 basement door windows or basement wooden fucking doors?" And it was the same pattern of like the way the crack was. It wasn't a flat square hole out of the door. It was like the same thing every time, like with a minor fucking crack here or there. And I go, "Dad," I'm like, he knows everything we've gone on. Phil knows some of my story gets way worse. Like, I'm writing a book and it's been underway for a while. It's like all this shit. And I go, "Dad," Take a wild guess why it's the same fucking crack in the door, going down 12 steps into the concrete basement that a body went through. He's like, why? I go, because I went through it 3 times. He's like, oh, okay. Our house, it's like, what the fuck? And it's funny, I can laugh about it, but like he gets upset. We had the house in Weymouth. I was gonna fucking kill my brother again. We were drinking, probably 19. I think it was like right before I went to the Marine Corps. He moves into the house, because he's awesome, and he decided to fucking blow a shitload of college money at Wentworth and fail out of there and move into my fucking room. And there's an overhang, so the house in Weymouth has steps going up, and then here's the kitchen level, and then there's a basement. Basement was my room. I always count the steps. I've always counted every step I had to go in my bedroom ever since I was a kid. You might have to do it one eye open. And we're in front of the steps, and I used to have underneath the overhang, there was a little bit of path, and nice finish, underneath of the stairs going into my room. And I had one of those Irie signs, like it was like it wasn't metal, but it was like maybe tin. It's got the street sign, Irie, whatever, and it had 2 thumbtacks holding it in the wood. So we get into some type of argument. He's not listening, and we're at the top of the steps, and we have to be quiet because my dad is a very smart dude. We had like a little porch before we got into my house. I forget what they call it. It's like a farmer's porch, and carpeted, had windows. They used to do bird watching, whatever. So on the window to get in, my mom, my dad, she's Italian, right? So there's fucking trinkets everywhere. Ching, 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 ching. I'm like, fuck. Like you gotta be like, am I fucking Tom Cruise, like Mission Impossible to get in my fucking house late at night? Second door, same thing. It's stuck to the windows, everything fucking hitting the bed. So we're at the top of the steps, and I got like 15 beers, a 30 pack, drinking. He's making too much noise, and I'm doing the shit, trying to tell him to be quiet, be loud as fuck while I'm doing it. And he said to him, I'm like, will you shut up? And he taps me. Dink. Face first. I hit. So here's the steps, right? Here's the steps going down to my room. Here's the overhang. I'm coming from over here. My face hits the overhang. Doof, my neck. Bing! Snap. Right on the eye. I hit the fucking hook, then I put it in the fucking thing in the wall, and I'm knocked out. But what do you think he does? My dad wakes up. Why? Because my brother's sitting there taking pictures of me passed out at the bottom of the fucking steps. And he was so pissed. I was fucked up. My face is all fucked up. My friends thought I got my ass kicked. And my dad to this day still laughs because you said one of the funniest things I remember. He's like, you almost broke your neck. You want to kill your brother. Your face is all fucked up, bleeding and bruised. I go, what did I say? I had the 30 pack in my hand. He's like, we got you up. It was like rubbing alcohol. And it's like, you said. I still held on to the 30 pack. The only thing that came out of my mouth, and then they said I just went like right back out.
I think the worst thing I did as a kid, like this is my very first paintball gun. I was probably about 13, and this is back when you had the wall hung telephones. Yeah. And at 13-year-old, I have a girlfriend, right? And so I gotta talk to her every second of the fucking day.
Oh yeah.
So my sister, right? She's on the fucking phone, and it's just it's one with the cord on it. You got a tag on it. And I'm like, Aaron, I need to use the phone. She says, Brian, fuck you. You're not using the fucking phone. Like, you can call your girlfriend. You can call your stupid girlfriend later. So me growing up seeing guys defend their woman, I'm like, fuck you.
My girlfriend's not stupid.
You're not gonna say. So I have my paintball gun, right? Because I'm gonna go outside and shoot it. It's already aired up. I didn't think I had any paintballs in it. And I also had the fucking safety on it, right? I put this paintball gun to the side of my sister's head.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. And she still tells the story. She said, like, she got lucky because it just left a welt. It didn't break skin.
Right.
But the trigger, like it was a brass eagle blade. Like I'm talking like a $20 Walmart paintball gun. So why would the fucking safety work, right? So I'm like, Aaron, get off the phone. She's like, no. So I go, and I go, get off the fucking phone. She goes, no. So I go, But when I went, I tapped the trigger and went, boom. It was like quiet for like 2 seconds.
Oh,
the phone dropped. It's quiet.
Oh boy.
I go, Aaron, don't. Shh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're in immediate. I'm fucking quiet mode. Yeah.
She just fucking screamed, and when she screamed, my father woke up, and she come. Oh my god! Like, she still tells this story. She tells my niece, who, I mean, she won't tell you now, but my niece thinks I'm the best person in the fucking world. Like, she's turning 13 in a couple days, so she won't say it now. She's like, Uncle Brian, whatever. Can't be bothered by Uncle Brian anymore. But she goes, you want to know how much of a jackass your uncle is? When I was 10 years old, your uncle shot me in the head from close range with a paintball gun. I'm like, Aaron, you're being a little over.
We've all done stupid stuff like that. Like,
I don't know how I'm alive.
Even like in my teen years, when I was in high school, when I was like 17, we were at a buddy's house. Me, my brother Chris, and my buddy Tommy. We were playing the old Sega hockey. I think it was like NHL '97. And listen, those games got you can sometimes.
You can cheat and do the wrap around the net.
He was doing.
All you gotta do is just go across the net.
Yeah,
goalies are too slow.
He was doing that. And I was getting pissed at him, and I kept telling him stop. And he wouldn't stop, so I started beating on him. My buddy had a dartboard. He ran over to the fucking dartboard. I just see him cock his arm and throw the dart. I immediately just decided to turn around. It went
in the back.
Right in the ass.
Oh, right! That's a good shot.
Right in the ass. I chased him outside. He ran away 2 blocks. It was over by Legion Field. He ran over to Legion Field.
It's funny. It's funny. Brian was saying. I mean, that's a 1 in a million shot too, Phil. Yeah. It's like you said, like you'd never think something like that's gonna happen. It's like firearms, like whatever, right? My kids never see them. You know what I mean? Fucking teach people how to use whatever. But like my kids, they know that they're here vaguely. Like randomly, my son will ask me because he knows I always carry, but he never sees it. But like I still. He had his Nerf gun out the other day, and it's just Nerf. I get it's a toy, whatever. But like my wife was sitting there, and he wasn't listening to what my wife was saying, so it's kind of like an attention thing. And he's got it, and he's messing around, and he's waving it in front of him. Like he knows me, you know what I mean? I'm super easy with my kids and do very specific things. I'm like Logan, if I tell you to do something, just listen. 99% of the time he does. I'm like Logan. He's like, yeah, not dicking around. And she's like, he's not listening to her. I'm like, dude. He's like, what? Boom, ping. And just the Nerf, it just goes, boom, it's a phone. Didn't hit her in the eye.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at me. I'm like, what did I tell you? And he was like, never point anything at I said, I don't care if it's a toy. It's just because shit like that could happen. I have had nightmares, even though I'm super responsible with everything I do. Like, you still have that nightmare, I think, because we've all had what ifs in life. Like, oh, I never saw that coming. You know what I mean? So I just avoid my kids. They're never even around that. Like, even my gun cleaning station downstairs. I'm down there and I hear them coming down the steps. I'm like,
yeah. Now, either of you, when your parents have gone out, right? Have they ever given you a list of shit to do, like clean the house, sweep up, do this, and have it done before they get home, right?
If you do this, you will get toys, and I fucking got shit out of that.
So I have a video here that me and my brother used to do this all the time. Actually, even as an adult, I still do this. I've done this in relationships. Hey, I'm going to be out all day since you're off. Can you clean up? You wait till the very last second to do it. So here's a video on that.
Oh no! Mom's almost home! Hey, Mom.
Phil, I want you to fucking send that to you today. I want to share it. That was one of that pizza fucking shot was epic.
Right? How awesome is that?
I mean, they had to practice those 2 shots probably 100 times, but God bless them.
Yeah, so I mean, I remember myself and my brother doing this at a younger age, like exactly running around the house doing, not to the extent of throwing the pizza to the garbage, but you know what I mean, going up and down.
I would send my sister outside, and I'd tell her, I'd be like, listen, start the waterworks. Tell her I hit you or something.
No.
Oh, absolutely. I'm like, Aaron, I just need 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Go tell mom, just start crying, say that I fucking hit. I'll take the fucking ass whooping. Just do it. She's like, why? I go, I gotta do the dishes. Okay. So
and you know why we would always procrastinate? Because it's because of this one little phrase that you would say over and over and over, and then you'd be done with it. Be like, I'll get to it real quick. I'm in the middle of a game.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in the middle of a game. Dad, it's the fucking second period of ice hockey. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid. I'm in the middle of a game.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid. What a good game.
Yeah. Every time. And then, I mean, we went through three Nintendos. 2 went out the fucking trash.
Oh, well, back then we didn't have memory cards and shit you could save. Like you had to play the play. You played until you beat the fucking game.
You'd have to leave. Sometimes you had to go for like a whole day, like Easter morning, get a new game. You're like, I don't want to lose this. So it's like, they won't know if we just leave this on. I leave it on. You come home, the Nintendo's fucking piping hot, ready to melt the house down.
Yeah, I would do this all the time. I'd leave the Nintendo on and just turn the TV off and leave it on pause. I'd come home and stop playing. This is why Nintendos didn't last and they burnt the fuck out.
Oh, but you weren't smart. You didn't just pull the vent out. I'm ventilating it. Stupid.
Never.
I told you the Vectrex system we used to have. My brother and I would submerge the cartridges because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing, and they would work after. I'd like to go back and do that today and see if it blows up in my driveway.
Fucking UPS driver, man. Just drop the package off. Don't bang on my door.
We had the Ring. The woman that was in the movie The Ring. I knock in my son and my wife. I go, look. And she comes up to my door, rings the doorbell, and it's weird. The package is on the steps, and she's in the middle of my lawn, and her car is 15 feet to the left, and she's got her camera, and she looks like the woman from The Ring. She's like 68 years old. She's like, I go, my wife is downstairs in the steps. She sees her. She goes, I hear her go, what the fuck? I close the door. And I have everybody look. She's like, I have a package. I'm like, she's like awkwardly 20 feet away, even from her own car. I'm like, how did you just get in the middle of my yard?
Yeah, she levitated. Yeah,
it's weird.
I just go. I'm sitting here and I thought I heard a knock, and I was like, wait. And you were going through your story, and then I just heard thump, 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 thump. So I was like, I'll be right back. So I went out there. Fucking UPS driver, and they were giving me a small little package for Sarah, and I was like, do I need to sign for anything? She's like, no. I go, put it on the fucking porch. You pissed off my dog. Now he's all pissed.
Yeah, but they're doing their job. You know what it is lately, because they're getting in trouble because all these DoorDash guys are stealing shit and UPS stuff, so they want to make sure they're going right to the door and delivering your stuff now, so they don't get in trouble.
You gotta think that's more like in the city. Like I live in the fucking burbs. Like I don't know Brian. Like I don't need somebody taking a picture of me. I got fucking acre of land. Like you're gonna see a deer before you see me come to the door.
Dude, I live in the sticks.
Me too. That's right. You're in Hampton, man. You're right. You're literally. I'm in the back corner here. Like you're right there.
Right, but just because it doesn't matter where you live, if one person has to follow protocol, they all have to follow it.
Phil.
I'm just saying.
All right, Mr. Voice of Reason.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So how was everyone's New Year's? Did you guys have a good New Year's?
Quiet, yeah.
It was very quiet. Everyone I know is either sick or they stayed home. So I was by myself, and that was it.
Other than waiting for an hour and a half to pick up my Chinese food.
You guys did. Good. So I was in Weymouth. I was at my brother-in-law's, sister-in-law's house, and we made a smart decision to send the girls to go pick up the food.
Oh.
My girlfriend was already drunk by 7 o'clock. I couldn't send her.
And she was hitting it hard, huh?
Oh, she left work and she went right to what's that place in East Bridgewater? Fiestas in East Bridgewater.
Okay.
The fucking Mexican place. She had like fucking a bunch of margaritas and shit. So she was fucked up.
As long as she got home safe, that's all that matters, dude.
Nah, she did. She's a pain in the ass. But did you guys watch? Did you guys watch any of the Dick Clark's fucking?
It was horrible. The fucking lip syncing was bullshit, and I was like, "Why is this even on TV? This is lame. I'm so tired of these fuck." Look, people that are artists and singers have talent, okay? But when I don't want to hear it. I've worked with a bunch of people in some of these, like this industry and event and live events and whatever, and you have to play it, you have to sing over the track of this. It sucks. I don't care. You're putting on a show for the world to see right now, and every fucking person knows you're sitting there lip syncing this bullshit. Fuck off. I'd rather watch Monster Truck Rally.
Fucking I kind of wish Cyndi Lauper was lip syncing.
No, she was not. She was horrible.
I kind of know what I'm saying is I wish she was.
Oh, yeah, it was horrible.
That was fucking hard to listen to. And I'm like, you come a long way from girls who just want to have fun.
J-Lo was good.
No, fuck that. She's old. Get the fuck out of here with her. I'm tired of her fucking face, man. All right, she's just a fucking... All she is a marketing machine at this point. Fuck off. That guy in the... Yeah, no, I don't think she is. And Alex Rodriguez is an asshole, which means she has some chink in her mental armor to fucking live with that guy. So fuck her. I think it was the Brazilian kid, the kid in the red suit, the blonde hair. I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he was singing.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't mind that.
Machine Gun Kelly was fucking atrocious.
Nelly was good.
Nelly was good, yeah, but
he must be out of money.
MGK was atrocious.
Oh, like horrible, absolutely horrible.
The Eminem effect happened to him. Like,
yep,
he's terrible. Like, he's so bad. And
it's not the Eminem effect. You know what happened? Megan Fox happened. It's the Megan Fox effect.
Oh yeah, she is.
And Vogue was good. And Vogue was pretty awesome. They did pretty well.
So we switched over to Fox. I say we switched over to Fox like during how the Dick Clark one, they like stop at 11 for the news or whatever. So we switched over to Fox, and they had what's that guy from The Hangover, the Chinese guy, the Did You Die guy.
Did you know he was actually a real doctor?
He was actually a real doctor. Yes.
Yeah. He's fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh yeah.
He's so funny.
Oh,
they had a special guest on, which this guy might be like one of my favorite human beings in the fucking world. They had Marshawn Lynch on.
Really?
Dude, Marshawn
Lynch
is
not as stupid as people think. That guy was understand. He fucking saved and invested all of his money while he was playing. He's not stupid.
He's not dumb at all. But no, that guy, he's literally like one of my favorite people. Like, if I could just hang out with one celebrity for the rest of my life, it would be him. Like, he is.
Watch the episode of Peyton's Place that he did with him. It's pretty funny.
And my friend Jeff was like, "Why do you like him so much?" Like, I couldn't stop talking about him. I'm like, dude, he is not only just like full of like fun and just full of life. I mean, this man stole a fucking golf cart in his college days to drive around the fucking field on. Just in the middle of the game, driving a fucking golf cart around. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, not only that, but he is loyal as fuck to his city. Like, he grew up in Oakland, and Oakland's a shithole. Like, it is a complete shithole.
We love you, Oakland. We love you.
No, he runs a football camp there for a reason for kids, because he says this place sucks to live. I want them to get out of here.
Right. It's a complete shithole, but he's loyal to the people that live there. Like, I can't remember Peter's first name. He used to play for the Chiefs. He's a cornerback. But they were playing Oakland, right? They were playing Oakland in Oakland, right? And all of a sudden, like a scrum broke out, and they had like 4 or 5 Oakland Raiders trying to fight Patrick Peters or whatever his name is, right? And Peters is from Oakland.
I saw it.
So Marshawn Lynch runs off the bench, right? And he's fighting his own teammates to defend an Oakland native.
Wow.
Like, this man is dude, I fucking love him. He is
It was one of the coolest explanations too, like when he explains it, and he's like,
right.
This is my guy. Like I don't give a fuck.
It was almost like when Jake Long ran out to defend his brother, who was getting fucking beat up in the middle of the game. But, dude, Marshawn Lynch, he's a Skittle man. He loves Skittles. He just likes to have fun, dude. He is like so funny. Like,
have you seen that episode on ESPN, Peyton's Place?
No, I'm gonna have to watch it though. I haven't watched any of it. No.
I just saw like a preview, like a commercial. Somebody put a mad emoji, whatever. I just saw it was and it's Peyton's kind of old funny shtick, but he goes around to football people and stuff like that, and he's kind of pretending since he's retired, I got to learn about football. But he has serious funny conversations. One of them was with Marshawn Lynch, dude. He's got like coach from Alabama, like all these other NFL. It's really fucking cool. He's got a whole season done. I think they just did season 2, man. You could stream half-hour episodes today all day long. It's pretty good.
It's cool to watch like retired athletes. Like you really find out who the good ones are. Like so Peyton Manning's one. He was always funny. He would like throw out those like funny little
I liked him.
things.
I was never a fucking, even when we were playing those games, man, I never hated the fucking Peyton sucks. I hate Peyton. I'm sorry. I listen to the guy talk. He's funny. He's intelligent. He's not a fucking asshole. He's a really good football player.
Oh no, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Like he's a fucking machine, and he was great. He was like I enjoyed. Like it was almost like the love-hate relationship like any Boston fan had towards Derek Jeter or Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Like,
yeah. See,
we hated them, but we loved them. Like they were really fucking good. We liked watching them. Like anytime.
Yeah, like if I ever met him, that's what I would say. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm from New England. I love it. However, I'm one of those people like, dude, I got up for those games because we didn't know if we were gonna beat you. You were fucking good. It was awesome to watch.
Right.
I'm sorry, there is one sports player who I do dislike. I'm not going to say hate because hate's a strong word, but Sidney Crosby. I'm sorry. I will forever not like that man.
I'm not a big fan of him either.
He's a decent player, but just the way he perceives himself, I've never been a fan of him personally.
I got one player in history that I just will never like. Even when he played here, I didn't like him. Fucking Josh Gordon.
Really?
A man who has everything. Like he has the talent. He's got the teams. He's got the money. He's got the opportunities, and he fucking throws it away. And it just pisses me off because I know how hard I worked as a kid just to try to get into a college. Never mind to dream about being a fucking professional athlete. Like he's got everything, and he throws away. I don't care who his influences are. You got to be stronger than that. You got to be like, no, fuck that. I'm done.
I look at that a different way, and I'm sure you've probably looked at this before too, Brian. I look at that a different way. I look at that as those recruiters that did do their fucking job to screen that kid over and over and over.
Right. Yeah. Like so the recruiters.
So you're right. He threw everything away because he shouldn't have even been in that fucking position because he should have realized he was lucky to fucking be there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You have the world. You'd think people would be like, this is what everybody wants. All I have to do is like wake up, go to bed, be healthy, be happy, do my job. No, I can't do that. I got to go around, fuck around.
Yeah.
Well, the world that we live in right now, there's a lot of people. The majority of people will sympathize with certain addicts and stuff. Like so as a relative to a recovering addict, right? My brother's the world to me. Like I love my brother, and I do believe addiction is a disease. It like the initial thing was a choice, right? But once you get addicted to it, your body craves it. Your body needs it, right?
Not weed.
No.
Yeah.
No. But my brother woke up one day and he found out that he was going to be a father. He has kicked his drug of choice. Not cold turkey, I mean, but he made the fucking decision that he is going to better himself. So I always say the only cure to any kind of addiction fucking shit is just mental fucking toughness. Like you got to be mentally tough. You got to tell yourself, listen, I ain't doing this shit no more. I have too much to lose. And in Josh Gordon's case, he had a whole fucking career to lose.
Yeah.
He got a whole.
You know how you get mentally tough? You just keep asking yourself questions, ones that you don't really want to ask. You know what I mean? He just didn't fucking do that.
Right. And everyone says, oh, he's done his time, blah, blah, blah. But if people looked at drugs the way they looked at dogs, Josh Gordon would be a piece of shit in a lot of people's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Michael Vick, who fucking quietly took the responsibility of what he did his time. He asked for forgiveness, and he came back into the league, and he fucking dominated. And there are still people today that bash him. They have every right to, because they can't.
They should go watch his 2 hour. I think it's 2 hours. They should go watch his 2 hour. It was on last month. I can't remember when it came out. I believe it was recently. It was on last month. I watched it. It's the 2 hour story of his childhood, the court case, right. NFL, and then coming out. And you know what? You're right, because when that came out, I know all of us were like, "Fuck you," and then here we are, and you can see what he's did, and go back and watch in real life facts, video, what he said, and the guy took it on the chin, and then he didn't just go, "I'm going to do stuff for dogs and charities after." That's why he's in the position he's now on TV and stuff like that, because people realize he didn't stop. He was like, yeah, I was in that spot because of, and I can relate to this because I deal with this a lot, my childhood.
Right.
And he realized this was a problem. This is why I thought this was normal. It's not. That has to change. And the guy's in the position he's in now because he did fucking take it on the chin like a man, and you got to commend him for it.
I mean, and he wasn't even completely to blame for that. Like, he had a lot of influences, but he didn't throw anybody under the fucking bus. That man took responsibility. He's like, it's on my property. So whatever.
And you know what? They discussed that. And his girlfriend, his wife, discussed that. Like, he started to have a couple too many friends around, and he was just such a good person. He's like, hey, you're good. And he got stuck in that spot where he knew what was going on, but he didn't know everything, and he didn't.
The extent,
yeah. Never made the excuse. Yeah, he took it on the chin, and they explain that, and they show it, and I'm like, good for you, man.
Yeah, he manned up.
And he's changed. He's changed his whole fucking life. I mean, the man. He became a man.
Yeah,
he went to jail, and he took it and came back.
It's what you do.
Over his stats too. He's still like one of the best ever fucking.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's what you do from that situation on. It depends. You have a choice. You either wallow in it, or you learn from it and you grow from it.
Right.
And that's what he did.
Or you pick your nose from it. Just
like like that.
Will, what else you got? Today I got a couple of things I got to do. I have to go get my dog some patches. I'm going to head to the mall. If anybody's there, please don't come up and say hi to me while the dog's with me because it's annoying.
Yeah, no, I have to stay housebound till tomorrow. I can get tested for COVID, and yeah.
How much more time have you? Oh, it's fucking 11:30, huh?
I have to be there bright and early first thing tomorrow morning. I mean, I could go get it done in Weymouth, but I'd have to wait till January 9th.
I was gonna say, I'm hitting the gym around 4:30, but that really
he's gonna get a swell on.
A friend of mine wants to start going to the gym with me. He's gonna be. It's like the first time in the gym for him in like 6 years, and I was like,
yeah, cause it's January, new year, new me, right?
I was like, you picked the wrong day to go to the gym with me, and he's like, why is that? Bro? It's fucking leg day, bro.
You're gonna be sore tomorrow, buddy. That guy is.
I don't believe in the whole resolution thing. Like January 1st hits, everybody's on a diet. It'll last for maybe a couple of weeks.
Well, that's because that's always the easy thing to have a resolution.
You know what it is? That's a mental chink in your armor. That's just a hole in your defense. It's something that you constantly get used to telling yourself, I'm going to, because it's an easy way to tell yourself, if I tell myself this, I'm going to go do this, and half-ass, there's some type of instant fucking chemical gratification out of that. But then you're just going to continue going into what they call the valley of despair. You have a hit where you're going to go. You got to go back to your same old things, and then fuck it, I'll just crush the chips. You have to get out of that valley of despair.
Yeah. But even the media now is taking advantage of that. I mean, who was the sponsor of the New Year's Eve? It was Planet Fitness.
That's been like that for a couple of years,
right? Though. So, like, there you go.
Right.
They're capitalizing off of the New Year to get new people to come on in.
Not from fucking 10 feet away and 15 people in the building.
Yeah, I mean, the rules have gone backwards. Now you do have to wear a mask again while working.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like my computer's dying, so I got 3 minutes left.
That's good.
Maybe next time I'm on, we can talk about music because we never got to that today.
Yep, that's okay though. Sometimes it goes left, sometimes it goes right. Yeah, I mean, well, let's chat this week, man, for sure. You know what I mean? We definitely want you on again.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. So everybody enjoy the rest of their Saturday. Stay safe, Stay healthy. Wherever you are.
Stay on for a second after.
Yeah. Wherever you guys are, have a good morning, afternoon, good night, and we'll see you live Tuesday at 7 p.m. Check us out. Week. Add, follow, like all our platforms: Twitch, YouTube. We love you.